What happened to Mason?
No idea.
What happened to Mason?
No idea. Alright, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching the Transnation F2 World Championship German Grand Prix. Welcome. I'm Mackenzie Stewart, your usual commentator for today, and I'm back with Matthew Elliott, who's surprisingly, he just told me this, third race of the weekend, so big commitments from the American F3 champion, chip leader. Welcome, mate. How's it going?
Going good. Wide awake after calling F1 earlier.
Sounds brilliant,
Hopefully
mate.
We have some good excitement in this one too.
Yeah, so far this weekend, all three categories so far that have raced with had some very interesting racing. Of course, Jules van der Brug taking the second win of the season in the F1 category earlier this morning. The stream will be the stream was on Twitch this morning as usual commentator Brett Keenan couldn't connect to the PlayStation Network to stream it properly on YouTube, so it'll be on. It's on Twitch, so we'll find a link for that and put that in the description after this race, so you guys can go through and watch that. I think we're just waiting for the drivers to ready up, so then we can we'll just wait for everybody. I think slowly readying up. What are your predictions for this race, Matt? Are you looking to see sort of the same from the current championship leaders? Oh, speaking of the championship leaders, let's go over the standings real quick. I gotta find them. God damn it. Wrong chat. Ah, here we go. Alrighty. So after the British Grand Prix last week, or 2 weeks ago, we have Sebastian Spicer, new championship leader. He leads 4 points over his fellow Australian Matthew Plevy, and you got Stanley. Belrose, sorry about that, Stanley. Excuse me. Stanley sitting in P3 for the Mercedes boys. Only 9 points behind, so the top three in the championship very close. So any mistakes from here on now could really hurt someone's championship. Wouldn't that be right, Matt?
Oh yeah, I would say definitely right now is crunch time. You gotta make sure everything's going good. No mistakes can be made.
Yes, yeah, especially heading into the second half of the season. Anything could happen, and especially if one of the top three has a retirement, it'll really hurt the championship. Into the constructors, Mercedes comfortably lead at the moment by 32 points over Renault, with Red Bull Racing in P3. So even though Renault's only had one driver so far this season, or not so far this season, for the last, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 races, Sebastian Spicer has been able to carry the team quite nicely. And then you got Red Bull in third, 42 points behind, and McLaren in fourth with 79 points behind. So that's your top 4. So top 4 teams in the championship all have one driver in the top 4 in the championship. And then you got, surprisingly, Emil. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your last name. Sorry about that. P5, he's only 7 points behind Bailey at the moment, so he's had quite a good start so far to the season, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah. He's been showing a lot of pace too lately.
Yeah, he's definitely
consistently being in the top 5.
He's definitely one to watch today. So we'll just wait and see what everyone's strategy is so far. Looks like both Red Bulls are going out on the mediums. Speaking of medium, the usual strategy would be to start on the softs, and from what it looks like so far, that's what we might see most of today. We did see that most of the drivers did that strategy in the F1 race this morning, but we didn't see it too much yesterday because due to F3. I think F3 was a wet race, and then F4 I think was dry. You'd have to back me up on that, Matt.
Yeah, F4 we were dry. F3 we had rain at the start that went to dry.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't really telling, but F1 we had a completely dry race, and they opted mostly for the soft and medium.
Ooh.
strategy.
Alright, well, yeah, what are your predictions for the top 3 for qualifying today?
Hard to say. Possibly Bailey Ford at the top, Matthew Plebs. And, I'd really like to see how the new guys do, with Eric Silverstone and Kelly 540 Edge.
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of Kelly, he's the first man to start his hot laps on the ultra soft tyres, so we'll quickly ride on board a lap around the German Grand Prix Hockenheim circuit. Obviously, it's the first time it's been back on the calendar in real life since 2016. It's the first time the Transnation Formula 1 community have raced at Hockenheim in general. So, yeah, and obviously the newer guys to the F1 games wouldn't have done too much racing at the circuit. It's quite an enjoyable track to drive, especially in these 2018 cars. It was fun in the older cars, but yeah, but then this year it just makes it much more entirely as Kelly runs off down at turn 8 and aborts the lap. So we'll scroll through, see if we can find who's next on the lap. I think it might be Brett B. Mark, we'll see. Oh, actually, okay, I completely missed that. Sorry about that, Mike. Big Mike to the top, and Jordan Dittman now to the top with a 14 flat. So, yeah, I was talking to his teammate Brett Keenan before the race. He was saying he'd really like to see Jordan pull out a good performance this weekend, as Oliver goes to the top and Kelly goes to 4th with a 17. Obviously, having that runoff down at turn 8.
Yeah, with that 117, I don't know why he just didn't pull it into the pits. Because the Ultra Softs, you might be able to beat or post a good time on the second lap, but it's more than likely not going to happen.
What's happened here? What's happened here? There's been a collision down at and Brett Keenan has been handed a 5-place grid penalty. Let's quickly. Where is? So Sebastian's got heavy wing damage, so he obviously came into contact with Brett. What's happened is Brett. Oh, and Brett's got damage as well, and he's had to abort his lap as well. It looked like they're both on the. I know Seb was on the mediums and Brett was on the soft, so it'd be interesting to see see some footage of that. At the moment, currently after the first runs, it's a Red Bull 1-2 at the moment, both on the medium tyres. So it looks like those guys will be committing to a to the one stop on the. Oh, excuse me, on the softs. Eduardo now jumps up to P2 with a 13.6 on the soft tyres, and he's only 300ths ahead of Oliver on the medium so far. On the softs, I should say. We'll quickly just scroll. Where is he on a lap? Kevin's just coming to the end of his lap. We'll jump on board with him, see what he does round the last corner. This doesn't look like it's going to be a very competitive lap. It's going to be an 18.5, but it wasn't invalidated. They just both Mercs not setting a competitive lap time. It looks like everyone's coming to the end of their first run now, but I think the two Mercs are both on laps on the mediums again. I've seen Stanley was up by 1.1 seconds on his first lap. Come through the middle sector now.
It's going to take a couple laps for these tires to get warmed up.
Yeah,
actually set a good time.
Yeah, especially the harder compounds. Yeah, they usually take maybe 2 to 3 laps. Especially the mediums still take good 2 to 3 laps to heat up, and then the softs maybe 1 lap if you're lucky. Yeah, but currently our championship leader Sebastian Spicer hasn't put on a lap yet, and but we'll run ball with Stanley to see what his laps is. It's going to be a 1:12.6 on the mediums. Very nice lap there from the Mercedes driver. What can Kevin do? That's a Red Bull in the fence. I mean, not Red Bull, Renault in the fence. And
Kev Berge up to P2.
Yeah, I was looking for Kevin, but yeah, in doing that, I've seen Seen Connor Pasley's had a spin. He's Steph filling in for Josh Banks this weekend, who's still away currently. He should be, I believe he's going to be back next weekend, so Sebastian will be more than happy to have his full-time teammate back for the rest of the season. We'll jump on board with, where is Sebastian? Is he on a lap? Don't think he's on a lap. Or he might be. No, he's not. So he must have invalidated his lap quite early. And Ludwig Sell, who's in the Haas, we'll see what his lap is. Oh, Brett's retired from the session. What's happened there to Brett? That's good. That's very disappointing for Brett. He's currently sitting P9 in the championship. No, let's have a quick look. Yeah, he's fighting for P9 in the championship, I should say. Yeah, and that'll really hurt his points, especially if he can't get a good race in today. Yeah, but Sebastian now round in the final corner. He's about to start his second lap. We'll ride on board with the championship leader through turn 1. He's takes quite a bit of inside curve. Obviously, you don't want to run off on that outside curve and on the exit of turn 1. You'll pretty much invalidate your time pretty quickly. Through turn 2, slight lock up around turn 3, coming down the third of the DRS straight, I should say. Down to turn 8, he shifts it up into 8th quite early. Braking just before the 100-meter board. Slight lock up on the inside, down to first gear. Want to make sure you get a good exit out of here. Coming through turn 7, flat out right-hander into the first part of the first set of stadium sections around the Hockenheim circuit. Up through turn 9 and 10, you can take turn 9 flat on the on the softer tyres, and through turn 12 it's the same sort of situation as turn 1. You don't want to run too wide there into the Vettel corner. We'll just chuck that one in there. Through the final section now to see what this time's going to be. It's looked a pretty clean lap from the championship leader. Round the last corner now, it might be a mid 12, maybe a high 12. High 1:13.1, and during that lap, Kevin did go to the top in the second of the Mercedes, and it looks like Ludwig's gone to P3 as well. So everyone in the top 6 is on the medium tyres at the moment. So. And Mark's gone to P3, I think.
Yeah, on the Ultra Softs.
Yeah, he has as well. Mark P3. So this is obviously he's not in contention with the guys around him. So all the guys around him will be qualifying on the softs. So but it'll throw a bit of a spanner in the works, especially if he can start up the front and just have a little play around with the guys who are on the soft tyres. Anybody else on a lap at the moment? I think Oliver might
Connor might be.
I don't think he's on a lap per se, but I think he might be on an out lap. Jordan Dittmer up to P6. Oh, Jordan. Very nice lap there from the New Zealander in the Toro Rosso. Obviously, yeah, it's obviously the same situation as Mark. He's one of the guys fighting in just for a spot just outside the top 10, and just to throw a spanner in the works, he could be fighting for some good points today, depending on his strategy. I think Kelly might be on another lap as well. Either Kelly's just finished the lap, or he's just finishing one. Bailey, where is he? Alright, so Bailey's just started a lap on the means. Yeah, obviously disconnecting from the session just before. He's able to get back in. Yeah, he has been complaining of quite bad internet the last few days. He's been dropping in and out quite regularly. So hopefully that doesn't happen to him today, because he could really use the points to consolidate P4 in the championship. What do you Matt? What are you considering the pole time might be? It might be maybe a high 11, maybe a low 12, depending on what these soft runners can do.
I'm thinking they can get into the 11s, probably low. More than likely, probably mid.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, the pole time was... I'm just trying to think what the pole time was. I think the pole time for F1 was an 11.3 set by yours truly. I mean, the race was pretty bad, but and I did start on the ultra soft, so. And speaking of F1, we had our best turnout of the season. I think one of the best ever turnouts for the F1 category at like 18 drivers, I think. So that was a very lucky. Well, I've completely forgot what I was going to say. God damn it. We're talking about F1.
It was a nice turnout.
No,
I've been commentating the F1, it's the biggest, so...
So hopefully it can carry on for the rest of the season. It looks like both Renaults are line astern, it might be. We'll just have a quick look. Where is Connor?
Kelly moves up to P3.
Oh, very nice lap there from Kelly. Only 3/10 off pole, but those ultra softs have done 4 laps, so you won't want to be starting on those tyres, I don't think.
He's basically done a complete race stint in qualifying.
Well, maybe that's the case. Maybe he's just seeing how long the ultra soft tyres do last. So.
Oh yeah, because like in F3 yesterday, we had people actually doing practice starts on the straights. So if you can find time in here to get a little practice and figure some stuff out, I don't see a problem with it.
Bailey's gone up to P4 on the medium, so very nice lap there from him. But now pretty much everyone on the mediums will be going to their one-shot qualifying, if you say, on the soft tyres. So we'll just have to. We've got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the session, so we won't see everybody out for maybe a good minute or two. Jordan's retired early. I don't know if that was a crash or if Jordan's just retired early because he's happy with a P8 at the moment. He could, yeah, if he's lucky, he could be one of the first guys to start on fresh tyres. So he could be one to watch out for in the race if he can keep his nose clean. Who's out on the softs? Anybody starting their laps on the softs? I think Seb might be on.
Looks like Kevin and Stanley are in formation right now. Just waiting for the track to clear.
Oh, Sebastian's coming to the end of his lap. Hopefully Big Mike doesn't get in too much in the way too much. Comes around the front. It might be a good toe. Now he's run wide and let Seb go. Oh, that's quite close, but I don't think it's going to be pole from Seb. No, it's a 12.7. So he can't do any more, and I think those tyres have done 2 laps, so I think that might be his session over and done with.
Oh, I just watched a car drive straight into the wall.
Oh, that's Connor in the fence. Big Mike's retired from this. Oh, was
Didn't even make the turn at turn 1 and just drove straight into the wall.
Okay. It'll be good to watch. Oh, they are still in formation. I think. No, they're quite close to each other. So maybe Stanley's given up his Oh, well, I wouldn't say I don't think he'd want to give up his because both of them are starting on the mediums at the moment. It looks like Stanley has lifted off to help Kevin get pole. So maybe Stanley's happy with starting on the mediums. Yeah, no, he has. Yeah, no, he's pulled out of his lap. So at the moment, Kevin. Yeah, so it looks like at the moment Kevin will be the one to watch. Where's Matt? At the moment, Matt's coming down the back straight. It's not a straight, but like you know what I mean. Down the third DRS straight into the hairpin, brakes just before the 100-meter board. Very nice braking there from the Red Bull driver. No lock up, so we'll jump back on board with Kevin though. He rounds the last couple of corners now. What will this time be? I didn't see the sector time. He might just improve. He's not going to improve, no. So both Mercs will be starting on the medium tyres. Or maybe Stanley. Oh, okay. I see what the Red Bulls have done. I think 2 laps to warm up the mediums. And warm up the softs, I should say. We did talk about that just earlier. And Matt's gone to the top with a 12 flat. Yeah, we're waiting for that. Very nice lap there from Matt. He puts him on the front row and crucially ahead of his championship rivals. But the Mercedes drivers still haven't finished their laps yet. Both of them are on flyers. Kevin's struggling for ERS. And Amiral's gone P4. So maybe... Oh, okay. Mark. Is Mark just... Oh no, Mark's just finished, so Mark hasn't improved. It's 12-9. Where is Stanley? Oh no, Stanley's backed out of his lap, and Kevin's gone to a 12-2, so he hasn't done enough to get pole, but it puts him closer. Yeah, so Stanley was starting on the medium tyres. It looks like everyone in the top 5 on the medium or hardest compound. First ultra soft runner is Kelly in P6, so 3 lap worn ultra softs might not last that long into the race. But Jordan inside the top 10, I think for the first time this season, so very nice job there from the Red Bull driver, comfortably out qualifying his teammate. His teammate won't be too happy with that performance, but he'll be looking to put a good show in the race. We're just waiting for the drivers to retire from the session, and we'll get back into the race. I think I did see. I've just seen this comment from one of the drivers. Dry, wet, dry. So it looks like we might have some weather in the middle of this race. So those guys that have started on the mediums or the softs might, depends on when the rain comes, but they could be in an interesting spot. The weather will spice this race up, but the qualifying's now over and done with, and we'll get into the we'll just wait for everyone to skip through the rankings, and we'll go through the order real quick. We got Matthew Plevy on pole, Kevin, and then the 2 Canadian Mercedes drivers of Stanley and Kevin, respectively, P3 and P2. Then you got Merrill P4 and Sebastian P5, who was balked on his last lap, so he'll definitely be upset with that. It definitely could have been a P3 start. And you got Kelly, first of the ultra soft runners, in P6, Bailey in P7, Mark in P8, Ludwig in P9, and Jordan rounding out the top 10 on a 113.1 on the ultra soft tyres. So interesting weather for the race. We'll just have to wait and see what the weather's like though. What do you reckon about that, Matt? Weather in the race, it could be could definitely spice things up.
Oh, definitely. It'll even bring these ultra soft runners back into the fold if it starts early enough.
Oh, it definitely looks like it's a dry start, but yeah, again, it'll all depend on how quickly that rain does set in. It doesn't look like we'll see the rain anytime soon. It's not over. It's quite just slightly overcast, so everybody will be getting their setups done, finalised filling up their cars and sorting out. Well, you can't really sort out your strategy, especially depending on when the weather comes. Alright, well quickly, I will get Matt to run through the grid again real quick, just while I get set up real quick. There we go. Matt, do you want to quickly... Right. Oh no, oh, you might as well, yeah. Sorry, there we go.
Our pole sitter, Matthew Plevy. In P2 we have Kevin Bergeron. P3, Stanley Bellaros. In 4th we have Amiral. In 5th we have Sebastian Spicer. In 6th we have Kelly. 7th, Bailey Ford. 8th, Mark Bratby. 9th, Ludwig Saul. 10th, Jordan Dittmer. 11th, we have Eduardo Rojas. 12th, we have Oliver Coleman. 13th, Eric Siverston. 14th, Connor Pasley. 15th, we have Michael Poland. In 16th, we have Nathan Pinkert. And 17th, Brett Keenan.
Oh yeah, a couple of drivers getting disqualified from the formation, and I did see quite a few braking meter boards get blowing up. So it might be quite hard to spot your braking point, especially in the first few laps, just while you get adjusted to the cold tires. And oh, Brett's had a spin on the formation lap. So obviously those tires won't be up to temperature on the start of the race. So good luck to him as we
got an update on the weather here, and it says rain in 15.
Rain in 15 minutes. Ooh, okay. So look, the guys starting on the Ultrasofts won't be in the best position unless that rain comes down early. But we did see in qualifying yesterday for the F3 how quickly the track how quickly it precipitated it. But we'll just have to wait for the 5 red lights and just see how this race will play out. You got Matthew Plevy on pole, and you got Kevin. You got Kevin in P2. He's not in the championship hunt. He's here to help his teammate out, get back in the championship hunt. We're here for the 5 red lights. Little delay. Oh no delay. With lights down, away we go. Looks like Matthew's being bogged down, and Kevin's up into P1. He's giving Matt a little run off track in a mirror.
Red Bull around.
Oh, Oliver's been round at turn 1, and Murrell's going to try and go around the outside of Stanley. Stanley's escorted him a little wide, but Kevin takes the lead of the German Grand Prix. This is the exact situation Matt didn't want. He doesn't want to be boxed in by the two Mercedes.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a huge crash. That's a huge crash. Brett Keenan out of the race, and Mark Bratby's around. So. Oh, it's a horrible weekend for Brett Keenan. Just gets even worse. He's now out of the race and we got Eric Silverstone on a 5-second stop go for ignoring yellow flag, but back to the front. Matthew Plevy's trying to go around up the inside of turn 11. He's giving Kevin a little escort wide, and Matthew Plevy takes back the lead of the German Grand Prix. And Stanley's managed to hold on to P4 from a mural. So very hectic start. Sebastian hasn't made any positions. But Ludwig up 3 positions, Eduardo up 4 positions. Eric's moved up 4 positions. Nate's moved up 5 positions. But the biggest loser out of all this, Bailey down in P14, lost 7 positions. And he's lost quite a bit of his front wing as well. He's going to pull into the pits.
Yeah, I don't know if he had contact, but he had a spin going into turn 2.
Yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see some footage from that. But Ian not changed at the front. The top 5 stayed the same. Oh yeah, like this track's a lot like Silverstone, where if you if you can stay in the slipstream with someone, you can yeah, like it's very hard. It's very easy to stick with someone, because especially how long that straight is. Oh, is that Kevin going to go for a move? No, I don't think so. Not much. It's all kind of settled down now. You got Ludwig in P6 just sitting behind Sebastian. Looks like, was it? I think I've seen. Oh, there's yellow flags in sector 2. I think that was for Connor.
Oliver and Connor, yeah. They're both getting a little feisty out there.
Obviously, DRS not being activated till now, and Stanley's already got a 3-second time meter, so obviously those mediums might not be up to temperature just yet, and he's just sliding around a little bit. But yeah, first straight of DRS, we'll just wait and see. Oh, Jordan Dimmer's out of the race. Oh, Jordan's gone at turn 1. So both Toro Rossos out of the race, and Jordan won't be happy with that. It's really gonna be upsetting for him. He put in a really good qualifying, and now to be out of the race on lap 2 or lap 3. Yeah, it's disappointing for the Toro Rosso boys, but now back at the front, Matt's got that lead out to 3/4 of a second. And Stanley's got a second over his Stanley's got a second over. No, Kevin's got a second over his teammate. My apologies. Yeah, so it looks like these front two are just starting to run away a little bit. And Brett's already gone. Both of them are already gone. I assume they're going to go play Red Dead. Would not be surprised. I wonder, nothing really much happening now, except maybe this battle for P3 starting to get quite spicy now. You got Beardy slowly making his way onto the back of Sebastian, who's slowly making on his way to the back of Amiro, who's slowly making his way onto the back of Stanley, but I don't think he's close enough for a move. Well, Stanley, a bit of a lock up. You don't want to be locking up at the hairpin because it could really hurt your run out of the hairpin down in the turn 7 and 8.
Looks like Oliver's starting to make a charge back up into the top 10.
Yeah, I just seen that. Yeah,
top 10 right now.
Yeah, he's just got past. Nate for P11. Connor doesn't look like he's too far away from making a move on Nate either, and Brett sounds like he's not in a happy mood. So he'll be one person you don't want to talk to after this race. I think Merrill's just got a 3-second time penalty as well. So. Stanley's a bit slow coming onto the straight, and Merrill's going to go for the move.
Oh no!
Round the outside into the hairpin. This is the. Oh, he's cleared him before the braking point. So very nice from there, but he's going to try and get the run out of the hairpin, but no. Will Sebastian be able to pounce? Oh, rip Brett. Sebastian getting quite close to the back. Stanley, he gets quite edgy out of the penultimate corner onto the main straight, and Stanley looks like he's really struggling for pace now. Sebastian's going to go up the inside of turn 1. No, he's not. He's going to hold up. He's going to very smart there from Sebastian. You don't want to trying to make a move into turn 1. You just might as well just wait for this straight and try and make the move down into the hairpin. But here he comes now, Sebastian, championship leader. Sebastian needs to finish at least. And if Matt wins this race, Matt will retake the championship lead going into the Hungarian Grand Prix next weekend. So Sebastian and Stanley both need to pick up their game and just minimise the amount of points they'll lose. And Merrill, though, showing some really nice pace, though. He's comfortably sitting in P3, but at the moment he is the sitting duck for everybody else behind him, for the 4 cars behind him. Oh, Stanley a bit wide.
Oliver just takes P9.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Connor's into the pits as well, so... looks like we have our first lapped car of the race. Yeah, first lap car of the race, and hopefully he rejoins onto the track safely, so you doesn't get in the way of any of the front guys. Stanley now really closing back up to the back of Amiro, and Sebastian's quite close to the back of Stanley as well. Will we see a move coming down into the hairpin bit? Ludwig's just outside of DRS range, but I don't think Seb's going to go anything. Stanley's going to go for a move into the hairpin.
Big block up. Oh, nice.
Oh, it looks like Amiro maybe turned out of it, and now he's lost the position to Sebastian as well. So. Amiro's going to go back up the inside.
Coming back. Oh.
At turn 8. Oh, very nice move there. Sebastian going to hold around the outside into turn 11. Oh, he's backed out of it though. Nice battling there. Good move there from Amiro to retake P4. But yeah, but no, so Stanley's now got a bit of a little break. He can have a little breather now. He might have DRS off the lap car to help him as well, but no, I don't think he has. So Amiro and Sebastian both still have DRS on Stanley.
We got Bailey coming back up. About to take 11th. Catching up rapidly. And it looks like Nathan's just going to probably let him go.
Yeah, it looks like, oh no, maybe, no, it's yellow flag sector 2, is there anyone at the front? No, it doesn't look like it. Back up to this battle for P4, I should say.
Oh, it's Eric Siverston, he went around at the hairpin.
Okay. It's kind of died down though in terms of his time. Oh, Kevin's got a 3-second time penalty now. So at the moment, I think Connor's out of the race. So what's happened there? I think he's left the session quite quickly. Let's see what happened. Can we see what happened there?
I think it was at pit lane because I think he might have just called it quits.
Yeah.
He got a 5-second stop go. Or
oh yeah. No, there's his ghost car.
So.
There's just his ghost car just left pit lane. So yeah. So it looks like he's just retired the car and given up for today. He's obviously not happy with how the race has gone so far. So unlucky for Connor in his return to F2. But yeah, so at the moment, Matthew's just sitting comfortably. He's got 2.3 second lead on Kevin, who's got a 2.3 second lead on his teammate Stanley. So this top 6 has really gotten away from the rest of the field at the moment.
I'm starting to notice the sky's getting a little bit darker.
Yeah. I didn't want to really say anything because I thought I was just saying things. Yeah, but it is starting to get quite darker. So yeah, as you were saying earlier, those ultra soft runners weren't really going to get too far in the race, and all 3 of them didn't make it past 2 laps. Everyone currently on the softs or the mediums. Eduardo with a 3-second time penalty now. Look, I don't think we're too far away from some rain as well. It's definitely gone darker, especially in the last half a lap.
Bastion's really keeping it tight to the back of a mural.
Yeah, no, he is as well. And Stanley and Mural's keeping up with oh, Mural's gone slow on the apex of the hairpin. Or turn 13 through, coming up to the last couple of corners. So Sebastian gets a 3-second time. So I think everyone in the top 5 except Matt has a 3-second time penalty. So all these guys here are fighting for position at the moment. Don't think we're going to see a move from yeah, no, that doesn't look like Seb's going to go for a move on a Mural. He's not close enough because the Mural's got slipstream on Stanley, who's tickling his gearbox. This is really only battle happening on track at the moment, apart from maybe Kelly and Nate fighting over P12. But yeah, pretty much everybody else has got 2-second gap or bigger. I wonder how long these softs will be able to go though. At the moment, I think Stanley might be in the best position though, starting those mediums, because those softs start to really die off about lap 12, lap 13. So maybe Stanley starting those mediums might be the better call, but we'll just have to wait and see how these soft runners hold up. But Mural now really under attack from Sebastian. He's kind of out of slipstream from Stanley. Will Seb go down the inside at the hairpin? Oh no, he's backed out of it. No, he's really got a good exit now. Will he go for a move down to turn 8? Don't think he will. No, he's backed out of it smartly. But yeah, Mural really starting to get all over the place. Oh, Sebastian up the inside of the hairpin. There's been contact. Seb's backed out of the move to let Mural back, but yeah, now Mural will really be under attack going down into the hairpin at turn 6. Now that he won't have DRS off Stanley in front of him. Seb running quite right through the hairpin, through the last corner. Quite a nice run through turn 1. Will he go for a move down to turn 2? I don't think he will, because he won't want to give up DRS down into turn 6. It's really now or never for Sebastian. He can't really afford to be stuck behind a Mural for too much longer. There he goes around the outside, which will turn to the...
he's going to do it cleanly.
Oh, Mural's going to break later. Yeah, Sebastian's covered off the line. Sebastian's covered off the line nicely to he cut off the switchback line quite nicely, so that it didn't allow Mural to get the run on him. But Mural was really late onto the brakes into the air. The rain's just started now, boys. Here we go. Rain's starting to fall.
Now the fun begins.
The rain's starting to fall here at the German Grand Prix, but it'll all depend on how quickly this rain takes to fall down.
That battling between Mural and Sebastian has brought Ludwig right back into it.
Oh, it has too, yeah. It looks like Mural might be starting to struggle on his tyres. Oh, Eric's had something go wrong with him. He's Bailey and Oliver both got past him, so both these guys fighting for P8. If these guys can stick together, they might be able to catch Eduardo, who's sitting in P7, who, in my opinion, who's definitely been one of the better drives so far from everyone. He's up 4 positions, and he's really kept his nose clean. Oh, Mural's given... I'm not Mural, Ludwig's given Mural a bit of a touch up through the hairpin. But look at this gap between the top 6 and the rest of the field. They've really bolted away. I'm coming up to a lap car now. Mark, who runs off the track, he slows right down to let Kevin go. Very well done there from Mark to get out of the way as quickly as he could. But yeah, this rain's really starting to come down now. Oh, and Kevin's the first to blink, I think. Kevin's coming for the mediums. Oh, what are Mercedes doing?
Oh.
I think they might have just thrown away Kevin's race.
Sometimes you just can't listen to Jeff.
But yeah, Kevin. Oh,
it's gonna be harder to get those tires up to temp now.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah, cold mediums on a dampening track. It's gonna be absolutely. He's gonna lose more time than what he would going on the inters and Ludwig's up to P4. He's got down the inside of a mural at the hairpin. I just caught the inside of I just caught the last bit of that. But yeah, Sebastian now looks like he's starting to struggle now. He's about to pass his fellow countryman Mark. And Kelly's got a 5-second stop go for speed in pit lane. It looks like everyone's going to start coming in for the inters now. Oh, Matt's had a moment. He's run wide through. He's got gravel all over his tyres. So it looks like this might be the switchover point. Everyone's coming in now. Oh, Ludwig stayed out for one more lap. Don't think that was a good call, Ludwig, but... And so I think... Oh no, I was going to say Mural hasn't, but no, Mural's followed him in. Yeah, now Darius disabled. Yeah, the front runners have timed the stop to perfection. Where's Kevin and all of this? Kevin's going to have to come back in.
Ludwig was 2 seconds up on his fastest time.
I wonder if maybe Kevin's going to try and sit out on the mediums just to try and sit through this rain, because they did say they're saying Sebastian was saying that it was meant to dry up towards the end of the race, but I don't think if everyone's coming for the intermediates, I think Kevin might have made the wrong call. Yeah, he's locking up everywhere. And he's losing more time than not to the guys in front of him. So, yellow flag, sector 3 is that. I think that might have just been Mark, who's run really wide. Oh no, it's Kelly as well. Well, Kelly's run horrendously wide into turn 12, just completely run off track. So's Mark, so looks like the track conditions are really poor now. Definitely time for the intermediates. I would love to have seen what the gap was between Matt and Ludwig at the start of this lap compared to now, because it... Yeah, Ludwig's in for his intermediates now, but Matt will not comfortably take the lead, because look at this, here comes Sebastian and Stat, the top 3 in the championship, all top 3 in the race so far. Hey, do you quickly want to have a look at the penalties really quick?
Yeah.
I think Kevin's committed to trying to stay out on the dries. I don't think he'll be coming in.
Stanley with a 3. A Mural with a 3. Kevin with a 3. Sebastian with 3. And that's it. Matt's clean so far.
Yeah, so at the moment Matthew's got this comfortably on a plate, but whoever takes second in the race will determine who's
Looks like Ludwig's coming back for P4. Charging hard.
Yeah. Oh, Stanley got really loose through turn 1. This might put him real under pressure from Sebastian, but yellow flags in sector 3. I think there might be Mark. Mark's still out on the medium tyre, so that's quite a bold strategy from the Williams.
We got Kevin coming in.
Is Kevin finally coming in? Yeah, he is.
He's taking the inters.
I think it's
mediums again.
Is he actually taking the mediums? Oh, he is as well.
What is going on there?
If only Mercedes were this good at bottling race strategies in real life. Yeah, no, Kevin's just run straight off down at turn. It looks like he might be retiring from the race. Now he's retired from the race. He's completely thrown away a good result there. That's really unfortunate for the Mercedes driver. Yes, that really sucks for Mercedes. They're on for a good result today, so it's all down now to the down to the top 3 in the championship. And Mark's retired as well, so all the guys that started on the mediums have given up on this, or now committed to stay on the mediums, given up on the strategy and just called it quits. So Kevin won't score any points today. Neither will Mark.
Sebastian's right on the back of Stanley.
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah, Sebastian's really keeping his the pressure on Stanley at the moment, but Matt at the moment is just starting to pull away, so Stanley really struggling in these conditions. Excuse me, it's a bit tiring at the moment.
We have Oliver going at Eduardo. Back for P7.
Yeah, he is as well. Bailey up. Oh, looks like Murrell's had a spin.
Oh no!
At the last corner, yeah. So that's given Ludwig comfortably. Yeah, it's comfortably given Ludwig P4, and Murrell really struggling on those tyres, so he might have really overheated them. But yeah, Bailey in P6, he's only 5 seconds. No, 9 seconds behind Bailey behind Emerald at the moment.
We have Oliver on the outside, going into the hairpin. Over and under. Oh, they both get a little sideways. Looks like Oliver's got it though.
Yeah. It looks like he does, but Emerald's got the nose in. He's going to go back up the inside into turn 8. He's got the inside line. Oh, very nice move there from the Honduras man. And he's held onto it as well, so good driving there from the Force India. And as I said, that they both. Oh, Oliver!
Oliver.
A little, as I said, they're both quite wide, and yeah. Like nothing really else has happened. But look at this, Stanley's really gaining that time back on Matt, just over a second now, but.
I can't tell, but has it stopped raining? Nope, never mind.
Nah, it's still raining quite heavy. I don't think the rain's gonna get any heavier though. So. Oh, Sebastian! Oh, lost the rear end there. I think it stopped raining. Or not, it was close to stopping raining. Yeah, no, it stopped raining now. That was a very short spell of the intermediate. It's only like 5 or 6 laps. But yeah, like whoever gets this call right to go back onto the dries or could win this race. It looks like Amiral's made an early call to go back to the dries, and Sebastian up the inside of Stanley into the hairpin. Bit of contact, bit of pushing wide, and Amiral's jumped onto the mediums to go to the end. So it looks like he's not the only one either. Oliver's in as well, so he's the first of the Red Bull boys on there, and he's going to the softs. So anybody else coming into the pits? I don't think so. It would be interesting to see what the leaders do. It still looks like it might be a little too early. Yeah, and it looks like Amiral's still struggling on those. Oh no, Matt's in. No, everybody's in. Oh, this could really, I reckon this could really hurt Matt, especially if the Red Bull team aren't ready for him because they just served Oliver. Yeah, no, Matt's gonna. No, Matt's been held up by a good maybe second.
Oh no, could be disastrous.
And Matt, oh no, he's
still gets out in front.
Yeah, he still gets out in front due to the ghosting system. But look at this, Sebastian's right. Oh, Matt's almost put it in the fence coming out of pit lane. But look at this, Sebastian right on the back of the Australian now. This is a fight for the lead. Where's Beardy in all this? I think Amiral might have gone 1 lap too early. Because here comes Bailey now coming through. Amiral's going to get him on the overdraft, but oh, Bailey's put it in the fence almost. But look at this. They're all getting in with it. The lap car getting in the way a little bit as well, and Stanley really struggling on those cold tyres. But Sebastian's now leading in all of this. Yeah, so in a race where it looks like Matt. In a race where it looked like Matt had the comfortable win, he's been he's been held up by the pit crew. Oh, excuse me. He's been held up by the pit crew, and it looks like Sebastian's now just got the pace on the dry tyres.
I'm not sure the lap traffic didn't have a part in that either, so Stewart's maybe a little busy.
Wait, penalties as well. I just remember Matt. I don't think Matt's got any penalties, eh?
No, he's sitting good right now.
Yeah, so at the moment, Matt still leads the race. So all he's got to do is keep within 3 seconds of Sebastian with 11 laps to go, and he'll win this race. Yeah, but again, and Ludovic could snatch P3 if Stanley's not careful on penalties, because I just seen he got a second one just before. But yeah, that's
looks like Ferrari may have had an issue with their tire selection as well, because we got Kelly out there on the intermediates after a pit stop.
Yeah, no, that is correct. Yeah, so we'll go back to the front. Amiral's lost P5 to Bailey. So Bailey's made a really Excuse me, a really good comeback. And yeah, so I don't know if those mediums aren't up to temperature or Merrill's just hasn't got the car set up to do well in the dry, but he's really fallen off the back of Bailey now, and Bailey, after a pretty poor qualifying,
Stanley making a move on Matt.
Oh, around the outside, he might have the he's been squeezed off the track by Matt, interlocked wheels, and now these guys will really, Stanley will really be wanting to get past Matt, because if he can get 6 seconds on him, that'll and might put him within 2. If we look at the championship standings now, if it was to finish as it is, if I go back to that channel, look at the wrong standings. Yeah, so at the moment, Stanley is 5 points behind Matt. So if Stanley can get ahead of Matt and finish in P2, he'll be 2 points behind him. While Sebastian will extend his lead to 11 points going to Hungary next weekend. So yeah, so Sebastian really putting the pressure on Matt to perform now after missing Britain. That's really put him on the back foot. Yeah, and now with Stanley with DRS, Matt's going to go to the inside to defend. He's going to stick the nose in. I think he might got him. I think he's got him. Oh no, Matt's got him on the exit. Oh, he's tried to stick the nose in, and Matt's locked up and gone deep.
I think he may have got him into the back a little bit.
I didn't see too much contact on my screen, so no, there might have been a little bit of desync there. I'm not quite sure if there's contact though. We'll have to have a look after the race. But yeah, Stanley up into P2, but do remember he does have to get 6 seconds on Matt to officially finish P2 after the penalties have been added at the end of the race. But Matt now coming back, he got a really nice run out of the last corner. He won't go for a move into turn 1. Oh, he's got a real slow run through turn 1, and Ludwig does the fast lap of the race, so he's really starting to close in on the top 3 now. He could get P3. Jesus, I'm tired. Yeah, but I don't think Matt's close enough to make a move. Is he gonna truck it up the inside? No, he's not. He can't afford to sit behind him for too long though, because he doesn't want to let Seb get away. Because if he lets Seb get away, then it's game over for Matt in terms of winning the race. So he really needs to get a move on and try and get back past Stanley. Break out a solo career. Nah, mate, never. Yeah, you can't take your eyes off this battle at the moment, though. Sebastian's only 1.4 seconds ahead of this, so if he makes a mistake and falls right back into the clutches, these guys, it could be a race win for Matthew Plevy. But Bailey now seeing the fast lap of the race, so these guys are slowly starting to get back into the groove of the dry pay. And Matt, look at this in the background. You got Matt trying to go around the outside of Stanley into the hairpin. Stanley's covered off the switchback line nicely and really held on now. But Stanley's really going to have to save his ERS because he can't really afford to defend too much more. Whereas Matt can just sit in a slipstream and DRS and save his fuel, save his ERS, and make an attack whenever he wants, whenever he feels like he wants to. Ah, fuck. Yeah, but in all of this, Sebastian really needs to start making advantage of this and start pulling away, because he can't afford to let Matt be within 3 seconds of him. He's got 1.7 or 1.1 and a half, so he needs another 7 or 8 tenths. Oh, it's going to be a really close last 6 laps of the race. Alright, I'll leave it on spectator on the front too. I'm going to go get a drink real quick. Actually, no, I'm not, because I'm a water bowl sitting next to me. Completely forgot about that. Well, I wonder if Seb started slow down because now Stanley's almost within a second of Sebastian. Yeah, he's within a second now. So what's the gap? 1.5 seconds at the moment. Sebastian now, really, at the moment, I think Matt's going to have the win on penalties. Unless Matt can start pushing, unless Stanley and Seb can start pushing to get a gap. But now look at this. Seb really starting to struggle now. I think Stanley's got the pace over these other two at the moment. I think Matt's just sitting there comfortable waiting for these two guys to get in a battle with each other because he knows he's got the win unless he lets Seb get it out of 3 seconds. Oh look at is that Seb? What's happened here? Seb's got really slow run off the look, coming on the back straight, and Stanley now takes the lead of the German Grand Prix. But I think Seb might just be doing this just so he can save a bit of fuel on the RRS because there's been such a close fight between this front three for all the, and Seb's going to try to go around the outside of turn 8. Well, he breaks early, tries to get the switch back, but Stanley holds on for now. But the fuel light's on, and Sebastian's just got another time penalty. So at the moment, now Stanley and Seb are fighting for position, and Matt's will comfortably hold on for this win at the moment, unless he gets a couple of penalties in the next couple of laps. But so Seb really needs to put down the hammer now and get back ahead of Stanley.
I'm gonna have a quick look at the penalties.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and have a quick look.
Has anything because he might come into it too.
Yeah, if Ludwig can gain another second, yeah, like he might come into it. Yeah, these three, this front three in the championship, front three in the race, these guys are just inseparable on track. It's so hard to take your eye, well, can't really afford to take our eyes off it because then, like, if you blink, you'll miss it. May have about to start, two-thirds of the way through the 32nd lap. Oh, Stanley's got another time penalty, so that's swung that pendulum back in Seb's favour. So at the moment, Seb will sit in P2, and Matt will jump both these guys. So, but Seb just needs to hold on now.
At the moment, Ludwig has no time penalty. If he can get within...
yes. At the moment, Ludwig might steal P3 off Stanley. Wait, is that Mike's done 9 laps on those Ultrasofts? And
That's a daring man there.
Yeah, he's just come back. He's run wide, coming back into the pit. So that's him getting off those 9-lap Ultrasofts. So he might be going for the fast lap. Might be going for the fast lap of the race. I'm not sure. Oh no! Bailey's left the session with 2 laps to go.
He might be okay there though.
Oh, it depends. He's got 11 seconds on a Merrill, but a Merrill, but we both know how slow.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, that'll be a close fight to stay on and watch. But yeah, starting the last lap of the race now. These guys, the front 3 separated by less than a second, and Stanley's got the fuel light on, so he might be running low on fuel. Yeah, he's just under at the moment, so. I don't think Matt's going to try anything though. I don't think he'd risk, especially knowing that he hasn't got a single time penalty. Both these guys in front of him will do. But here comes Seb down into the hairpin. Is he going to go for the move? He's going to go around the outside. He might just hold on. He's been shoved wide by Stanley, but he hasn't got the traction. And Matt's going to try and sneak on the inside, but no, he's backed out of it. Send it, Seb, send it! Oh, I was hoping for a send, but unlucky. Yeah, look how close these guys are on track. If these 3 are like this for the rest of the season, it's going to be an absolute hell of a championship fight going to Abu Dhabi. But yeah, through the last sector now, we'll just wait for the final confirmation before we say anything. On track, it's going to be Stanley who'll cross the line in first, but I don't think he'll finish first on penalties. Oh, and Matt's crashed in the back of Stanley. I mean, on the back of into the back of Sebastian on the line, but Matt takes the win. Sebastian and Peter and Ludwig has stolen P3 off Stanley and could have stolen P2 what? Are you seeing? Are you seeing this? Apparently Bailey's won the race by 43 minutes. What? What's happened here? But yeah, no, but definite confirmation though. Matthew Plevy is your race winner. Oh, while we wait for these guys, I'll see if I can get these guys into the party really quick. So who do we need? We need Sebastian, Ludwig. Can you suggest Matt, please? Real quick.
Yeah.
Don't mind the podium presentation, fellas. Just a bit of a glitch in the system. Apparently Bailey's won the race by 43 minutes, I think. We'll have a look at the official gaps, but yeah, we'll just while we wait for that, Ludwig, congratulations, you stole P3 off the line, but it looked like in the rain you didn't have much pace.
My rain pace was okay, I think. I think, but otherwise I just kept clean in the first corner, getting no penalties and just going on with my race.
No, yeah, no, it looked like you had a really good battle with Ramiro for quite a bit of that race. Was it just tell us about that? Was that was quite good to watch.
Yeah, it was an okay battle. We both showed respect and didn't punt each other much. Made a little mistake by going into him, but it didn't do anything to him or me. So yeah, I think we were just both respectful. Good
Alright,
drivers.
well, congratulations on that that P3 at the end. Sebastian P2 as it's kind of a race of what could have been for you. This but the top three of you, Matt and Stanley, were just inseparable that entire that last bit of the dry.
Hang
But
on. Sorry, Mackenzie, I just unmuted you. I had you muted from the last party.
no, I was talking.
talking, mate.
I was talking. I'm ignoring you, Matt. Get out.
Alright,
No, back. No, carrying on. So yeah, Sebastian, yeah, P2. Just tell us about that race from your end.
First stint, I haven't had really no pace. Getting stuck behind Stanley and a mural. I reckon if I could have got past them, I could have kept up with Matt and Kevin. But in the wets, my car actually felt like it was nice. Then the last stint, good battles with Matt and Stanley. And then, what's it? Oh, ran out of fuel on the line and almost took Matt out by accident.
Where
that what happened? I was like, what the fuck?
I ran out of fuel. I was like,
Why were you
no.
like waving though? Because I
I don't
ran straight in
know.
front of you.
That's just what I do.
yeah, definitely drive the J candidate there, Bailey. But shut up. We'll talk with our race winner, Matt. You really won that race. Just keeping your nose clean and not getting any penalties. It didn't look like you had that much pace in the middle of the wet stint, but and actually I take that back. You're leading, but then you got held up by a pit crew, which allowed the other two to get on your tail, and then it looks like you didn't have much pace at the end of the dry stint.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in the pit stop. Like, I said Ollie pitted like way before me, and there was like a few seconds delay before they started changing the tyres, so that's kind of annoying. And then I only just came out in front of Seb, so
you really only got ahead of
Almost jumped you.
Yeah, you only really got ahead of Matt because the Sebastian because of the ghosting system.
yeah, exactly. Well, I would
And then almost binned it coming out of pit lane.
Oh yeah, I had a little tweak, but it's alright. I was testing limits. I think after that, I was like first lap, I was real cautious, and
I wasn't.
Yeah, Sebastian was sending it. I'm like, holy shit! All right, so I had to try and stay ahead, but I can't remember when it was it when Seb was passing me or
Stanley.
Or Stanley. Like there was a back marker in the way and like swerved right in front of me. I basically had to like let whoever was trying to take me by because of that.
I think it was a Sauber.
Yeah,
Sure.
They were, like all the way to the right, then they went all the way to
was
the
the
left,
same.
so I went to the right, and then they went all the way back across again. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't try and battle with the other two too hard at the end. I knew I had the pace to keep up, so I knew they had penalties, so I wasn't going to battle.
I knew Matt had penalties. I wasn't. I was like,
Wait, what?
No. I was hoping he would have got a 3 second, then I got a 6 second, and then I was done.
Yeah, no, it's alright. Yeah, pretty stoked with the win. So pole and some bit bad luck in the race, but got the
P2, I'm happy.
Congratulations to the congratulations to our podium finishers. Unlucky for some, but we move on to the second half of the season. Completely head on into the second half of the season until the end. So make sure you stay tuned on the Transnation Formula One channel. All races will be covered here on the channel from here till the end of the season. Thank you very much for Matt for joining me in the com box last minute.
Oh yeah, it's been a pleasure.
And cheers again to the podium finishers. Congratulations to all our race winners this weekend, and we'll see you next week for the Hungarian Grand Prix.